That's awesome.
Woo-hoo,
Yeah, let me tell you,
it's
these
live.
damn European bikes are really, really, really like you got to stay up on them. You can't just ride them like you ride the old school bikes. You can't. It's impossible. You know, I messed around and left my Ducati sitting for a couple of months, like about a month or two.
Yeah.
I didn't start it or nothing. Oh my God, issues. Like I went to start it, it didn't want to start, and then when it finally started, you know, it would run once it started, but it was just having some trouble starting. I'm like, why is that? Why is it dropping battery ampage? You know, whatever. So I changed the battery, you know, took it to the dealer. I had them run a diagnostic check on everything, and they ended up telling me that everything's good. There's no codes or nothing. You know, I said, but leave it overnight, and you'll see what I'm talking about, you know? And it was like, okay. So left it overnight, checked it the next day, no code came. They did figure out they was pulling like some voltage, a little bit more than it should be. So they ended up telling me that what you can do, you know, we'll swap out the starter motor. You don't have to. You know, it's not really going to do it. You can just change the battery, and that'll be good. But they said, you know, since I am who I am or whatever, they was like, here's what you can do. We're going to swap out everything for you. I was like, okay, cool, all under warranty. You know, I was like, all right. So they swapped out all that stuff, flashed my ECU, did everything. That bike is running like just track ready again. I'm like, oh, my God.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I haven't had any issues with the Indian, thankfully.
Yeah,
man. But I can tell you, a friend of mine actually had a Ducati, and similar issue happened to him. He just didn't ride it for a while, and then, you know, nothing was wrong. The bike was practically brand new, and then he just went out to try to start it, and nothing.
Yeah. You got to start them. They said you have to, and the thing is, you got to let it run for like 5 minutes in order for it to do that reverse charge on it. If you just start it and it's running and think, no, that's not going to do anything. These things are ran by computers, so you have to let them run and fully juice themselves up in order for it to continuously, like, get the fuel injections open and all that other stuff. You know, because if you don't, you'll have issues with that, wondering what's going on. Also, you make sure you pour a little bit of that, what is this right here I have?
What's that, fuel
Startron. Yeah, Startron and fuel enzyme stabilizer. Don't put anything else. I mean, you can put whatever you want, but what I recommend, and the tests that I've seen done through the government and regular people who are using it, even in my own self, is that the Startron works better than STP, that other gas treatment, you know, that water gas line antifreeze stuff that they have. You know what I'm talking about, guys. Yeah. But anyway, it gets all of that. Nothing gets all the ethanol out of you. Everybody know ethanol, nothing but water, that vapor air that come up in the tank. You know how that goes. But it gets about a good 95% of the ethanol out of your tank. It even scrapes it up from the bottom and then disintegrates it so it could pass through the fuel system. So that makes it pretty cool, you know, and safe enough for me for the bike. So, but anyway, I did it now, just barely tapping, and it starts right up. Hey, what's up, Omar? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, put a smile on your face, man. You look like you just like, there you go.
Hi, everybody.
Oh,
well, we got folks here, so since we're live, we might as well just go down the line and get folks to say hello to the people who are watching, which we have a few, so that's good. And since you're here, Dave, we're going to start off with you.
Thanks for having me on, Mr. B. It was a great hangout, and I'm sure we're going to be back on Tuesday for
fun.
Thanks, Dave. Let's see. Did Weggy get back yet? Weggy do it?
No,
hello.
Weggy's there. Weggy's there.
All right. You want to say hello to the folks at home?
Evening, all. Evening.
There
you go.
There's that pretty face. All right. We got Weggy and the Yorkshire Bikers here. You want to say hi to the folks at home?
Hi guys, I'm sure we've got some interesting things for you to learn tonight, so hopefully Hangout's working again properly.
Right, yeah. I should definitely make sure to check that.
That's what I should have done. I should have come on going, ing.
All right, Mr. Suffolk Andy, you want to say hi to the folks at home?
Hi, YouTubers.
What are they, potatoes?
YouTubers. Oh, yeah, they are, aren't they? Yeah.
Oh, my God. And Mr. B is here.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully, the stream is working for you tonight.
Yeah. Let's see. Is Jasper back? Jasper back? I don't think he's back yet.
No, he's still back on.
He's
Yeah.
all right.
He's still out doing wheelies.
He's probably got his wife's pinny on.
Alrighty, and of course, One Man's Wish is joining us tonight. You can say
Was
hi.
good, was good, was good. From New York to the UK. What's up? Enjoy your day.
Dude, why aren't you on the radio?
I don't know, buddy.
Oh man. So we are here, and we're going to have some fun because it's Tuesday. What the hell else you got to do, right? Oh man. So we'll go right back down the line and see if folks have some news to share with us because it's been a long week, and we've missed you. So what do you think, Dave? Any news to share with the folks at home?
Well, I went to the doctor's this afternoon to sort out my MRI that I had, and I have to go back for another MRI in about a month, and I still can't go to work, unfortunately. But on the good side of things, I've had my next 4 issues of Build the Millennium Falcon, so I'm going to be busy for a bit.
Yep, Part 7's up.
Good deal.
Yeah. Very cool. Weggy, got some news to share with the folks?
Yeah. As Andy, I heard Andy talking earlier on. Met Andy for the first time at the Kesgrave Bike Show. Fantastic guy. Brilliant show, wasn't it, Andy?
Oh, it's bloody brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, makes all the difference when the sun's out. I mean, I don't know how many bikes are up there. Probably about 200, 250, possibly 300 bikes. As many people, if not twice as many. That was good. Fantastic day. I'm still looking for the right ZX12R. I'm paying close attention to one or two that are in cahoots with someone at the moment to sort of see if I can strike up the right sort of deal. Dare I say somebody's made me an offer on my ZZR?
Wow.
Andy? I'm in two minds, I really am. Anyway, apart from that, also my son has surprised me actually. I thought at the age of 17, we got him a scooter, a 50cc point and squirt, because that's what he wanted to get to work on. He wanted to learn, a little bit of road craft, from the age of 16 to 17.
Right.
His mother was adamant she wanted him to do his car driving lessons and so on and so forth. I really thought, as I was saying to Andy and a further, my mate Saturday, I really thought I'd lost me boy to the cars. Well, I turned up to pick me son and my daughter up Saturday morning in Felixstowe, and he said, "Daddy, so I need to tell you something." And I said, "Right, okay." He said, "No, I'm not going to say in front of my sister." He said, "I'll tell you later." So I was wondering what the hell he was going to tell me. And then he said, "Yeah." And then, seriously, no. But as it happens, he's decided he really doesn't want anything to do with cages at all. He spent £250 on driving lessons, and he's knocked them completely on the head. And now he wants to do his CBT for a gearboxed 125, because he only done a point and squirt, which legally is allowed to ride a 125. So he's allowed to ride up to a 125 geared, but yet he only ever done one on a scooter. And I said to him, the only way you're going to get on a 125 geared motorcycle is if you go and do the CBT again, a full proper course, and that's what he's agreed to do, and he wants to go the motorcycle route, so that's fantastic.
Good lad.
It's good. His mother's still not happy, and I have said to him, I did say to him though, as much as I'd love the idea of you following, myself, your dad, through the motorcycles, this, that, and the other, I said I'd still like to think at some point that you're going to carry on with your driving and get your license underway. Even if you don't have a car for 20 years, it doesn't matter. You've got your license. It's done. It's finished. You only have to do it once. But at the moment he's adamant he don't want nothing to do with cars. So there you go.
Well, he's going to be biking with us then. Sweet.
So we'll see.
All right. I'm pretty sure he's got a good teacher, so good luck to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, the Yorkshire Biker's here, and I know you've got some news, so you like sharing with the folks. Say go for it.
Yeah, weather's not been too bad in South Yorkshire the last couple of days, but I don't have a motorbike.
Oh
I'll
man.
do pick a new one up this week, so it's all good.
I thought you had a scooter.
I did.
I thought you said motorbike.
Nah. Same thing.
I'm kidding, mate. I'm kidding.
You could always use Shanks' pony.
Mm. Or Larry the Lamb.
Yeah, or Larry the Lamb. You'd be all right with that.
All right.
That's what you're into, then, yeah.
Man.
Right.
But you've got a delivery coming, right?
Mm.
I do. I pick it up Friday.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very nice. All right. If you don't want to tell everybody all the details, that's cool.
What's the matter with the bike then, dude?
What do you mean, what's the matter with it?
What's the matter with your bike? What's the matter with it?
His pedals have come off it.
Stabilizers.
Well, it's brand new, so I've just got to wait for all the paperwork and everything to come back from DVLA, so...
Oh, sorry, mate. I missed that bit. So what have you got going in? What is it?
It's brand new, so I've got to wait for all the paperwork to come back before I can pick it up. But I'm not telling anyone what it is.
Ah, bollocks, man. Come on.
All I know, Weggy, it's a 125.
Oh man. All right.
I did know Birdman's did 125s.
All right. So let's see. Suffolk Andy, any news for us?
Yeah, a little bit on the sort of side of Weggy, really. But his son, with his thing. You know that my boy Aaron had that horrific motorbike accident and he was seriously injured and whatever just over a year ago. Well, he came in yesterday and he said, Dad, I said, yeah. He said, I've got to tell you something. I said, what's that? He said, on Friday, I'm going for a 2-hour assessment on a motorbike at the local school. He said, I just walked in and said, I've got all me, told him what happened and said, I just wanted to go and see if I'm up for it, after this accident. So I turned around to him and said, look, son, I don't really want you to go back on a bike, really. And he looked at me and he said, okay. He said, I won't if you get rid of your bikes. I looked at him and I went, no. He went, I'll be riding on Friday. So that's going to be the first time he's been on a bike since the accident a year and a quarter ago. So, yeah. So he's making progress.
Yeah,
I think that's awesome, Andy.
Yeah, he's going the right way as well. He's gone to a local, training school and going to have a couple of hours out with one of their guys and just see how he feels and if he's up for it and his arm can handle it and everything else. He reckons he's going to go and get himself another bike. So yeah, good news there. Really, it means he's making progress anyway.
Yeah. Good luck to him.
Good.
Very cool. Mr. B.
Yes.
Yeah, any news from the last week?
Have I got any news? Yeah, a little bit of news. I'm going to be test riding. I'm just going to show you a picture. On Friday, I'm going to be test riding that bad boy.
Ooh.
And that is the Suzuki GSX S1000. It's not actually out yet, but it's like Suzuki's new street bike, 1 litre. So I'm going to have a play about on that on Friday, and that's in 4-day time? It's out in June.
That looks nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they fix the rectifier problem with them damn bikes.
Yeah. Obviously the exhaust to be rubbish on it, but I'm hoping it won't be. I hope it'll be exciting. I hope it's not dumbed down, but we'll see. It certainly looks the part.
Yeah, it looks mean, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks. I like the lines on it and that. It's and it hasn't got the stupid transformer face on the front, which is good. So we'll see how that goes. But there you go. That's what I'm going to be test riding on Friday. Hopefully it's good fun.
So that's a Jigsaw 1000, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going out on your own, Andy, or with a group, or?
I really, really hope I'm going out on my own.
Yeah.
If I go out in a group, I won't be able to. I think I put it in my last vlog. I won't be able to explore the bike properly if I'm in a group.
No, you won't.
You know, not with people coming out on a ride out wearing a pair of friggin' slippers or something on a different bike.
Oh, jeez.
So,
Just turn off on a little side road and go your own way.
oh, it's tempting, but the thing is, you don't ever get asked back for any more test rides if you do that. But it is tempting. See how it goes. If it rides really well, but I'm frustrated in a group of riders, then I might well just do that. Fuck off.
It should go like shit off a shovel, Andy, shouldn't it, really?
It should. It should. I'm guessing it's going to have A, B, and C mode, so it'll be straight into A mode and turn off any traction control stuff and hopefully have some fun on it.
Yeah, I take that off my bike. The
Yeah.
ABS brakes. Yeah, I took that off my Ducati. I don't like it.
Yeah, I can ride a bike, thanks. I don't need any help.
Yeah, for real.
All
There
right.
you go. That's my news, Bobby.
Awesome. Awesome. And it doesn't look like Jasper's back yet. So we'll move right on over to One Man's Wish. Any news for the folks at home and us?
Nah, me, I'm just low key, man. I stay off the grid and just work, pay my taxes. You know, that's it. That's the only thing that happened. For the world to know, that is, you know.
Yeah. I
But you know, I mean, the weather's breaking. I finally got to ride my bike for the first time, both of them this year.
Nice.
At the same time.
Yeah, actually, you know, I did. I had one on the right hand and the left, trying to maneuver, doing my Chuck Norris thing, you know, with the splits. I don't know.
You gotta put that 1970s Buick bench seat right between the two bikes, and you just like spread out between them.
Yeah, right. That'd be cool.
Oh man.
Nah, but I'm good.
And of course, we've got
He's back.
we've got Mr. Chief Jasper Down in the house.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
All right, man. All right. Good. Do you want to say hello to the folks and give us some news?
Yeah. Hello to the folks, and I don't know if you noticed, I did not do my Music Monday.
I was gonna bring that up. That broke my heart, man.
I know. Everybody, I'm getting phone calls, text messages, Facebook DMs. It's like a drug for some reason. I don't know. Anyways, no, I had an insane family weekend down in Miami, and then my friend, who is a landscaper, decided to give me a giant palm tree. And so we decided that we were going to do the whole yard, everything. So I ended up buying a lawnmower, weed eater. I did all this landscaping stuff all weekend. So I literally finished about 5 minutes ago. So yeah, that's where I've been. And then I'm getting ready for Atlanta.
Well, welcome back.
So I'm going to do 2 songs on Monday.
Sweet. Can't wait.
Jasper, I watched your video of your. Was it Do It To Me One More Time or something?
Oh my God! Really? I knew this was going to come up.
Well, if you look on YouTube and look for a bloke called Darius, right? Darius. I think Britain's Got Talent a few years ago. He does a version of that, and it's probably the worst version you've ever seen of that song.
Next to mine, of course.
Well, I think that would even be worse than yours.
Wow.
Honestly, look for Darius. His name, Darius, on Britain's Got. No, it's X Factor or something. I think.
The UK X Factor, got it.
Yeah, you've got to look at it. It is unbelievable.
Yeah, yours wasn't that bad, man. Really.
Well, my voice died right at the last chorus, and so it just, and then I forgot the lyrics, and it was a train wreck in my opinion. But you're always your worst critic, so there it is.
Hey, well, Jasper, you've just been told that it wasn't the worst in the world, so don't feel too bad.
That is a win in my category.
There's one worse than that, I can assure you, mate. One worse than that. Bloke was a brilliant singer as well, but he just fucks it over. Terrible.
Don't hold back, Andy, will you?
Well, that is true. Can't you remember that then, Andy?
I can remember Darius
singing it. Oh man,
serving idiot he was.
Yeah. Yeah. Mind you, he did say to him at the time when they slaughtered him over it because that was so bad. He did turn round to the judges at the time and said, "I don't care what you say, I will have a #1 song in the charts," and he did. He went off and done his own song, came back and got a #1. I think it was Colours. I think the name of the song was it Colours.
Wow.
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah.
That's a scary thought, man.
Yeah.
Scary thought. I mean, I think to make part of my living as a musician, and I have no interest in getting out there and being on the charts or whatever. I just like performing for people because one thing, it helps me with the whole shyness thing, and also you get to actually connect. You're up.
And what about with the singing?
Don't help much with the singing. But yeah, I've seen some people, or better put, I've heard some people who have like a #1 song, a #1 album, top of the charts, this, that, and the other thing, and then you listen to them and you actually listen, and they sound like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Crash Test Dummies.
Well, you know what? But they did that on purpose. They did that on purpose, and it worked.
Yeah.
It worked. There are people who are out there saying, "Oh, well, I'm fantastic, I'm amazing," and then you listen, and they're like, "Not." They're really not. That what the hell's the guy's name from Rock of Ages? I hate to say it because his name is the same as my son's name, something Constantine, and I saw him live at an event that I was doing in September. It was the most awful shit I'd ever heard in my life, and people screaming, crazy, and all that stuff. It was disturbing. I wanted to plug my ears the entire time, and I'm out there with a whole bunch of bikers. It was Bikers for Beanie. It was an event for bikers and car enthusiasts, and I'm sitting across from a monster truck, wishing it would roll over my head because I didn't want to.
I'll tell you what, Bobby, a few years back, the club I run, we had a karaoke night, and I was setting up the gear at the dinner time, and there was a family there, and they had a young boy and a couple of young girls, and the father said to me, he said, "Do you want to hear my son? He's fantastic." I said, "Oh yeah." He said, "When we went to the holiday camp," he said, for a holiday, he said, people were paying him to go up and sing. He was that good. So I said, "Okay, I'll put a disc on and whatever." So I put a disc on. Fuck, I have never heard such a screeching little shit in all my life. And I'll tell you what, I stood there, and the family were like rocking away to it, like they were really into it, like this. And I'm standing there, and there's blood coming out of my ears. That child could not sing a friggin' note. But I'll tell you what, his whole family thought he was the best thing since bloody sliced bread, Fucking unbelievable. I didn't know how they could say he could sing. But
wow.
Yeah, unbelievable.
It's scary. It is absolutely scary. But what are you gonna do, right? So anyway, I guess we were on news, and I really don't have too much news except for finally done with everything for my wife's birthday, dealing with trying to put everything together around a whole bunch of these. She's got tons of bouquets everywhere from people. This woman, I swear, she's amazing. And I'm just looking forward to riding again. But this coming weekend, I'm not going to get to. Well, no, actually, I'll get to ride Saturday because I've got an event out in Jersey. I do this event twice a year called Chiller Theater, and it's a convention for horror movie enthusiasts. And I get to hang out with a whole bunch of people. Like Norman Reedus is always there for Walking Dead. Tons and tons of the WWE wrestlers are usually sitting either right behind me or just down away from me and stuff like that. So we get to spend the weekend shooting the shit with those guys, and I'm looking forward to that. But hopefully Saturday, even though I'll be going up to Jersey for that, I'll get a chance to do some riding and maybe do some vlogging on the way to Jersey. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. Holy crap! See, now I feel honored because like Deadhead is in the house. Oh damn! Can you hear us?
I am almost there.
There we go.
What's up, guys?
What's going on? You didn't get to hear that. I'm feeling honored because you're here, man.
Oh, don't feel honored. I'm just glad to be here, guys. I'm the one that's honored.
Oh, man.
If I can figure out how do I get my name on the doohickey below?
Oh, there's a little orange, almost lunchbox-looking thing in the tools section.
Yeah, it's called the Hangout Toolbox on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can click on that, and then the little head inside a circle will bring up the little thingamadoodle. Wow, I'm so eloquent today.
Backwards though, eh? There you go.
Yeah, look out for the thingamadoodle.
I clicked the thingamajig.
Yeah, you don't need the thingamajig, just the thingamadoodle.
The thingamadoodle. Oh, there we go.
Like it's like reading instructions for IKEA. It's like insert what's from above into thing.
How you guys all doing?
Yeah, we're good, thank you.
Doing good, thank you.
Not too bad, thanks.
I'm clicking all kinds of shit here and it's not working, so there we go.
Okay, got it.
Well, we got your name up there.
Yeah, you got it up.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, you got it up.
Got it up.
Oh man, so yeah, I was actually about to hit the topic. So since you're here, and according to my screen, you're first in line, I guess we'll just start it off with you. And one of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about, since we're motovloggers, is how much do you think ego plays a part in your wanting to vlog? Yeah. I mean, a lot of people think of ego as this, horrible, big, horrible thing, but I mean, it's a part of all of us. Anything that we do that we want to be noticed for, it's what makes us do it. So, I mean, how much do you think ego in general plays a part in your wanting to vlog, or just in general people wanting to vlog? So we'll start off with the Master of Disaster from the West Coast.
Who's that? Is that?
That's you, bro.
All right. So ego. I think it does play a part for everybody. We want to define ourselves as individuals, and motovlogging allows us to do that. I mean, we're able to separate ourselves not just as motorcycle riders, but now we're creators and motorcycle riders and fathers and whatever. So, I mean, as far as trying to become famous or, feel better than yourself or better than what you should be, I think for the most part it's all just on the individual level. I know for me, like, I just try to be the best I can and I feed the ego that way. Feed my own confidence by achieving success wherever I can. But yeah, I mean, everybody's different. I mean, everybody's ego requires a different appetite, I guess. That makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So I can see your point very clearly, very easily. So for you, it's a matter of just doing your best and feeling good that you did.
Yeah, I think that I came into this trying to develop skills, and to this day it's still about skills, but it's also about that community and just feeding that. I'm more worried about feeding the community than I am about feeding my own ego or my own sense of self. I feel pretty confident already with that, so I don't really feel the need to feed that anymore.
Right.
But it still exists, I think. I think all of us are going to get hit with that feeling of doubt when things don't go the way we want them to, or we're going to get hit with the feelings of holy shit, I'm badass because that video got 4,000 views, and like we're gonna feel those different emotions. But I think that's a lot of our environment telling us to feel that way.
Right.
But what does it feel like when your video has 4,000 views? I wouldn't know that.
It doesn't feel much different than if the video only has 3,000 views. So I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Now I understand. Thank you.
It feels different than if your video only gets like 5 views, and it is, it's just an unrealistic, or it's part of the natural course of YouTube, I guess, in that sense. But I have a video that's almost at 100,000 views, and I don't feel any different about that video than I did about my last video. Actually, I take that back. My last video, I'm just more excited about it because it's more immediate. It's happened, and there's lively conversation happening about that conversation. The other video just gets, the random hate or the random, random comment. So I don't know. I mean, it's I don't think the view counts really matter for me as far as ego goes, but it is nice to watch your video grow when you put it up, and it does feel kind of sucky when your video doesn't perform the way you would expect it to. And I don't know if that has to do with the ego or if it has to do with just the environment around us.
All right. Very cool, man. Very cool. So what do you think, Dave?
Well, I would agree with most of that, and I would also say for me it's degrees, different levels of degrees. Because when I'm doing the videos of just talking about something, it doesn't matter so much to me as it does when I'm building something and somebody says, "Oh, you made a real good sculpture there," or "You've done well on that particular part," or whatever. That to me, it gives me a far greater sense of ego than a normal vlog when they're just talking about something.
Yeah. All right. All right. Very cool. Very cool. Which means, we have a lot to look forward to. Your, building the Millennium Falcon.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said before, the main reason why I've decided to do this is because I can't ride at the moment, and I've got to fill my time with something. So either my channel goes dead for however long it takes me for the doctors to say yes, you can ride again, or I do something that somebody out there might enjoy as well. So that's why I decided to put my Millennium Falcon up.
All right. All right. Nice. Oh, Mr. Yorkshire.
Well, I don't know anything about ego because mine just completely disappeared when I bought a scooter, so...
No, you still have an ego, it's just much, much smaller.
Much smaller.
and a bit more comfortable.
Probably, yeah.
Seriously though, I think ego, it does matter to a certain extent because, I don't know, speaking for myself, we all do like people to watch us videos, but it's not a massive thing. So I don't know. I don't think it plays a massive part, but I think it does help because if you've got, obviously you're wanting people to watch your videos, so it sort of makes you want to try and make better content.
There's Keith fan just kicked in.
All right, so Suffolk Andy, falls to you, man.
Egos. I've always had a problem with egos. I've got one so big, I have to carry it around in a fucking sack.
Stick to the subject, Andy.
Sorry. I think they call them small and balls, don't they? No, egos. I haven't got an ego. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. I don't care. And I think you've got to, we all do this for some reason, and we put ourselves out there under the internet and show ourselves, the faces, and do these vlogs and everything else. We don't do it for fuck all, if you know what I mean. We do it because we want to do it, and as long as you don't let your ego get the better of you, you'll be fine. And when them cave-owls come in, shoot them. No, but as long as you don't let your ego get the better of you and keep your feet, on the ground, you're going to be fine. So I always guard against that. I've seen one or two. Now, there's a difference, you see, between you guys in the States and us guys here.
Someone's bringing the cows in.
I don't want to go. You know, there's a difference.
Coming next.
Yeah, there's a difference between you guys and us guys in the UK because, you know, you've got such a huge base where you can build up huge, great channels. Where over here we might get one or two who've got slightly bigger channels, but nothing like you guys in America. So I don't think we'll ever get to that stage where we have, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers. So I don't think our egos will get as big as, you know, like some people's could. But I'd always say to people, if, you know, who do this, who I've met or, you know, whatever, and they talk about this sort of stuff, I just say, don't let it get the better of you. Just remember you're the same as every other man. As easy as that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Oh man.
Can I add something to that real quick? Where was my volume?
Let me see.
You guys able to hear me?
You lost your voice.
Well said, my friend. Well said.
Yes, yes. No, for what I was going to say is with what Suffolk Andy said is that, you know, a lot of people do get changed by this sense of fame, and at what number? I mean, what is it? 120,000 subscribers that all of a sudden you're big time, like you've made it? Is it 1,000 subscribers, 10,000? I mean, like there's no line, there's no definitive spot where you can feel like you can justify how badass you are. You know, it really is just a matter of like your own self-confidence and what your reasoning is, like why you want it. And if it's for you, which is the healthiest way to do it, then that's where creativity is born. That's where ingenuity is born.
Yep.
It is.
I totally.
That was much better than the last time you talked.
Oh, man. Oh, let's see. Where was I? Who was I on? Did I?
Keith.
We got Keith now, right? Yeah. All right, Keith.
I don't think I've got. Well, I've got a very. I suppose we've all got an ego, but mine's very small. I mean, for me personally, It's about confidence. I mean, even now, it really makes me sick inside when I think about doing a vlog. You know what I mean? I'm not the kind of person that will put myself out there on a stage or anywhere like that and entertain somebody. So I still now, even though I'm behind the camera, I still get the sense of someone's watching me performing, if you like. And even now, that still makes me nervous. So for me, it's about putting myself in that position where I'm putting myself in an uncomfortable position and trying to push myself to be more confident.
Has that made you more confident since you've been vlogging?
Yeah, I think I've gained confidence, but I still get nervous about doing it. I still have to really think about doing a vlog. I mean, I can spend days feeling sick about it and thinking, oh, for God's sake, get out on the bike and just bloody ramble in your helmet, you'll be all right. And then once I get going, I'm all right, you know what I mean? But just the process of thinking about doing it makes me nervous, you know what I mean?
Well,
I don't know why.
I've got a challenge for. Hold on. 3, 2, 1. I've got a challenge for you. Try and do a vlog without going in it.
Oh, I can't.
But see, that's impossible because you're spending so much time.
I think the more you think about not doing something, the more you're going to do it. If I do a vlog thinking, right, I'll try not to I guarantee I'll do more because I'll be thinking about it.
You are allowed to edit, you know.
Yeah, but I can't be asked. I just chop it at the front and chop it at the back and stick an intro and outro on it and Bob's your uncle upload it. I don't fanny around, you know, editing it too much unless there's a lot of crap in it. But
I think most people have got something they say, you know. Like, I notice that when I'm doing a vlog, sometimes I'll say something and I'll always say, you know, at the end of it. You know. And the other day I was looking through one of my vlogs and that was like, you know. I tried to do one the other day without saying, you know. Done my friggin' edit.
You know, you couldn't.
You know.
That's why I try and do a vlog in one take if I can. I just try and get the thing over and done. I try and get the thing over and done with, you know.
Well, you know, here's the thing: if you are seriously passionate about the topic that you're talking about, then you won't do those ums and pauses and stuff like that because you're getting this idea out that you're super excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's just the embarrassment. I think someone's going to be in a minute going to turn around and say, "What the hell's that guy doing? Talking in his helmet?"
Are you worried about saying the ums?
I'm not worried about saying the ums. I just feel at times I lack confidence about what I'm doing. I mean, I don't care how many ums I say. It doesn't bother me about that.
Yeah.
I just still now have that small bit of butterflies in my stomach every time I'm doing a vlog.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'll ever get rid of that. I think I'll get better at it, but I'll still have that sick feeling in my pit of my stomach as I'm thinking about or even doing a vlog. And I hope it never goes away because I think that's, for me, that stops my ego getting too carried away because it kind of brings my feet back down to earth again, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I've been saying the same thing to myself. I've been saying it about the music too because, you know, I always tell people when they ask me, you know, how I do this on the stage, and I tell them, if there's ever a show that I'm going to do that I don't feel scared out of my mind before I get on that stage, then it's time for me to quit. And I'm doing the same thing about the vlogs because every time I turn on the camera and I'm on the road, like, all right, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. I don't want to sound like an idiot. Well, I want to get my point across, but I want to do it as naturally as possible. And it does bubble up in your stomach and make you think, am I doing this right? Am I getting this right? And I have a tendency to say, anywho's all the time because I go off on a tangent and I want to come back. Anywho's. Yeah, that drives me nuts. All right, let's see. So Keith, thank you for that. And Mr. D, what do you think about ego?
No, I don't really have an ego so much. I think for me, it's because I think when you talk about ego, I think about people like doing wheelies on videos and stuff, and it's kind of like, oh yeah, check me out, I'm cool, dude, and everything else, and that's kind of ego stuff. Whereas I don't tend to do that. Well, not actually publish it anyway. But in terms of what I do, I kind of just vlog about stuff, let people know what's happening. I do my DIY stuff and the bike reviews. And for me, I think it's more towards leans towards the pride stuff. So if I spend a lot of time editing, and sometimes I can spend 3 days editing a video to make it just right.
Yep.
And if I've been quite fortunate, I think, when I have spent, I think there's a link, the more I spend editing on a video, the better it's received. And I will be lazy sometimes. I will do riding a bike, and I'll chop at the start, chop at the end, how it goes, with all the ums and the ahs and everything else in it, and that's what it is really. So I think I've been quite fortunate in terms of feedback. I've got my bike reviews have been popular. I've got my I just brought it up now. My MT-07 review has nearly hit 200,000 views. A lot of the feedback's been positive on it, and I tried to make my bike reviews really genuine. I don't just say, oh, this is a nice bike when it's shit. If it's shit, I'll say it's shit, or find words more appropriate for that. But But yeah, it does hurt though if you spend a lot of time on a video and it gets a few views but not as many as you was expecting. Then it kind of, I don't know, for me it hurts my pride more than my ego. Don't get me wrong, I do have an ego, yeah, I do. But I don't really think it comes out in my videos because it's not what that's about for me really so much, the ego. I don't really mind how big my channel gets as long as I help people, and I've got great feedback on the DIY stuff, lots of nice comments, and what I love most about doing this is the comments that come back and say, hey, thanks, that really helped me out, I've saved lots of money on this job, or you've persuaded me to do my own DIY. Just a couple of those comments has made everything that I've done so far worth it anyway for me, and that's how it is. But I can understand, depending on the type of vlog you are, if you're like, hypermotile are, you know, wheeling down the street today, that might be that you might have more of an ego slant towards more of a pride slant. I don't know, but yeah, but I can understand it affects people, and you know, sometimes I put videos out and I think, oh, I can't believe that's only had that many views, and I had an important message in that view, maybe about safety or something, you know. So yeah, it does affect us, but you know, you plod on, and I think the key thing is, if you want a video to be well received, you have to edit, you have to spend time editing, I think, to really make it shine through. But editing takes a lot of time, and some of us don't have a lot of time.
I'll tell you what though, Bobby, I don't know if you think the same as I do. Do you think egos can be an age thing? Do you think younger vloggers can fall to the ego thing more than, say, older vloggers, you know? You know, like me, I'm the old fart here, you know, so, you know, I'm well over egos. Christ, I'm lucky if I can keep my guts in my trousers, you know? So I'm not going to be no fucking sex symbol, you know, or anything like that. Or fucking, you know,
Come on.
I think you're sexy, Andy.
I just
yeah,
don't
I know
think
you
yourself
do.
credit.
I know you do. But I'm not going to be no fucking, you know, porn star or anything like that. So, you know, do you think that's an age thing, that youngsters can't handle the egos better than the older blokes? I don't know.
I think they haven't got the not necessarily the knowledge, more of the wherewithal to be able to cope with every situation. So they fall prey much easier to ego than when you get older.
Well, I gotta say, if it's talking just about handling the ego, like just take it out of the blogging context, I don't really think it is an age thing. I think it's more of a maturity thing, because you can be mature at 17, you can be a total nutcase, and a big old kid at, like, you know, 75. It's just a matter of how you handle it. I know I've seen, again, outside of the blogging thing, just in general, real young kids who get together. But I've seen, you know, people way up in 50s, 60s, 70s who were just like, you don't want to be around them. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that. It's just the matter of.
Bobby, break that bad.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey, Bobby, you get some serious feedback.
Yeah.
I think Chase, it's you, buddy. You might want to turn your speakers down a little bit, or get some headphones, buddy. Just get a bit of feedback.
Actually, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go get my jam box like I usually do. I'll be right back.
All right, cool.
Nice one.
I was going to add real quick that I think age does play some role in there, just in the sense of like a generational thing. We live in a society now where kids are being raised on social media,
Yes.
and their understanding of how to feed the ego is far different than our understanding. Like my generation was about hard work, showing up on time, you know, and that fed my own personal ego. My own sense of self was defined by my actions. Now I would say that, you know, the younger generations, their sense of self is defined by how many likes they have and how many, you know, how many shares or how many times they're mentioned on Reddit, or, you know, things along those lines. So I do think age plays a role, and environment as well. I think that those are two key factors for how we feed our ego and what we do with that.
I'd agree with that.
You know what? I didn't think about that. That's seriously good point.
Yeah, it's a really good point. I think the social media thing's really changed the rules, I think, in terms of ego, because, you know, for us slightly older, or no, let's say mature. I like mature better. You know, I don't give a shit about likes and dislikes, to be honest. I mean, it's nice to have likes, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. For me, comments is more important than a like.
Yeah.
You know, I know you get trolls. Yeah, you know, I had a trollgate scenario which I dealt with, but I'm not fazed by any of that. I think that the best thing that we could ever receive as motovloggers, and someone stamp up and shout if I got it wrong, but I think the best thing that I ever receive is comments about a particular video. You know, anything, any comments at all, any feedback is the best thing to get, rather than a thumbs up, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree with you there. That's the whole reason I started vlogging, for our conversations, you know?
Yeah. So Keith, you were saying that you feel real nervous or you feel real anxious when you record a vlog, and obviously then when you put it up. Do you feel like you get a lot of feedback off the videos that you have to help squash that, or do you feel like more feedback is what's needed to overcome that nervousness?
No, once the vlog's done, I'm not nervous.
Okay.
It's been done. There's a kind of a sense of relief in some respects, but I do like the feedback. It's good to get that feedback from somebody who's watched the video, who's obviously listened to it and understood the point you're trying to make, and has then responded in that way. I don't get nervous from that side of it. That's the aspect of vlogging that I really like.
Is that the healing, more of like the healthier part?
Yeah. It's just the process of actually doing it which makes me nervous. You know, it's that getting up there and performing, if you like. Okay, you could argue, well, there's no real audience as such, but that's just how I feel. I've always been like that. I've always been nervous when I've been asked to do something which is outside my comfort zone. I mean, I don't like standing up at work and doing presentations, but I have to do them as part of my job. It doesn't mean it gets any easier. It just makes me nervous, you know what I mean?
Well, I went into this to develop skills, and that was one of the skills I wanted to develop, was feeling more confident, more comfortable in public communications. And I used to really worry about how long my videos were, if I was staying on topic, if I was saying ums and ahs, and if I even sounded like an intelligent guy, if I was coming across sounding like a total dumbass. And part of my success, not as far as viewer count or subscribers, but my own success for my own confidence. Like I don't even sweat it anymore when I hit the GoPro power on and start recording. I used to. Now I don't care if I sound like a dumbass. In fact, I hope I do. I just hope I am who I am. You know, and I don't mean to sound like I want to be a dumbass, but I just want to be who I am, and that's all I want to be. And I just want to be able to convey that as best as I can. And the better I convey that, the more effective I think my channel is for me and for my subscribers. You know, for those like-minded people.
I must admit, whilst I'm writing, I quite often will say again the sentence that I've just said in case I've stuttered over it or hesitated on something. I'll think about it again and start the sentence again, and then when it comes to the edit, I just use the second one instead of the first one.
See, I'll just flub right through it. I'll just be like, oh, blah, blah, I can't even talk. I'm sorry that I just, you know, passed on this random bit of stupidity for me, and, you know, squirrel, and then I'll just, like, change subjects, move on, and I'll laugh it off, you know.
Yeah.
Because that's all I can do, is just laugh off my mistakes and learn from them and move on to the next mistake.
I think I'll get better at it. I mean, Bobby always makes a joke about this question that keeps coming up about how's your vlogging style changed since you started vlogging. But in all seriousness, when I look back at my early vlogs, I mean, oh God, I mean, I could cringe now. So I definitely think I've moved on. I've definitely gained more confidence. But it's not to say it still doesn't make me nervous. It probably doesn't make me as nervous as it did in the beginning. But I do consciously think about it, even now. Probably not as much as I did in the beginning, but I like to think I'm getting better, and I'll probably, hopefully, get more confident. But I like to think if I still have that nervousness in my stomach, that will hopefully make the vlog sound more real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, use it as a tool for staying real, like you were saying before, and solid.
Oh man, this is all good stuff. All good stuff. I know for me, I think a lot of my earlier vlogs came off sounding like I knew what I was talking about better. But when I watched them, they didn't feel like me, and I think it's because I was trying too hard and like preparing before I went out, kind of setting my head first, and then going out and doing a vlog, and then eventually I just said, screw that. I sound like I'm rehearsed. But no, it just sounds cool. So now friends go off on tangents, stutter and screw up my words, and I'm like, put some of that in, or else I'll put it, after the closing as like, an end credit scene sort of kind of thing. Just because it's me. This is who I am. You know, it's not that super role that has everyone that it's every type person, because I can't think of a day that I've ever been that. So yeah, I as long as I'm honest, I'll keep it ums and ahs and stutters and word screw ups. It's just it's real. Oh,
I think as well. You've got to be prepared. You've got to be the sort of person who's prepared to have people laugh at you as well. You know, all mistakes as somebody else's laugh, and if you make people laugh and whatever, that's good for them as well. So if you do fuck up and whatever, just put it out there and let people laugh at you, because they're laughing at you. They're not crying about somebody else, are they? So.
Yeah. Well, that's why I do those stupid videos about singing in the helmet and all the other. Because sometimes it's good to have a bit of a laugh to yourself, isn't it? And a laugh about yourself.
Well,
I never do that.
I'll tell you what, Keith, for a bloke who says he's a nervous sort of guy, when you watch your vlogs, there's nothing wrong with them. In fact, they're quite good. They're good vlogs.
Yeah, I agree with that. He always seems very relaxed, doesn't he?
Yeah,
to be honest with you, when you start singing, you make me nervous.
You put good stuff out there, Keith, and you should be proud of that.
Yeah, I am proud of my vlogs. It doesn't make me less nervous. I'm pleased that it doesn't come across in a nervous way.
No, not at all.
Maybe having that nervousness gives me that bit of an edge to sort of get on and get it sorted. Yeah, I'm out of my comfort zone, but I'm just going to get on and do it, because ultimately it's going to make me more confident. So
yeah. Well, what you say about nervousness?
Sorry. Go on, mate.
Oh, mate. I think you say about nervousness, mate. It's probably a case of you probably wanting to get it as polished as you possibly can. We'll put that nervousness. It's about you wanting to present your material in the best possible fashion. And to be quite honest with you, Keith, as is all of the people we've got on the board here today, I don't see anybody as being nervous. There's confident people. There can be overconfident people. But there's definitely a way to present a decent video, and the people who do present the quality videos are the ones who get the decent replies, and they're the ones who get the subs.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest with you, if you talk about yourself looking nervous at all or feeling nervous, mate, it never ever comes across as that whatsoever. And I could say that about any one of the people down at the bottom here.
That's good. Thank you.
Well, don't forget, Keith, there's 1,600 plus people that enjoy your videos. So.
Oh, I know.
But to bring you back down to earth, remember you still got to get your head through the door when you go out later.
Oh, I know, yeah. Well, luckily I've got a very small head, David, so it'll take a while before that happens.
Hey, Dave, you want to get yourself back to work, stand there playing with plastic models?
Yeah.
I would love to. I said to the doctor today, so can I go back to work? Without a hesitation, he went, no, not yet. What can I do?
Not fair.
You must be bored stiff.
I am. It's driving me crazy. I've watched every DVD I've got. I've even started watching my old videos that I had. There's nothing.
I bet you have.
Videos. I got rid of them when I got married.
I'll tell you what, it's not my head I have to watch when I go through the door. It's my bloody stomach. That's the trouble.
Andy, you can say the same about me, mate. You see me, Sandy.
Oh, no, but you're not quite as fit as I am, mate. That's all that beer drinking I do.
Do they build them big and something then?
Oh, they get big, and big we get in Suffolk. I'll really give you a big old hug, boy. Throw a couple of your ribs.
Okay, before we get too far, I want to see what Gazatron has to say about this topic, because he's been sitting there all patient and stuff.
Evening all.
Hey.
Hi, Gaz.
I'm pretty much the same as Keith, to be honest. I didn't really start my channel to get hundreds of subscribers or anything. Just I think one of the reasons I started was to try and improve my communication skills, because what nobody knows really. I didn't start speaking until I was something like 3 or 4, well past the average age, and it kind of continued. It kind of affected me later on. I'm not great at conversation or anything like that. I need sort of input to, from other people to sort of get a conversation going and things, and so, setting up the channel, really, I just wanted to sort of try and improve that, but plus side of that, I've just, kind of met, some top people, and I happen to get on with, and all like the same things, and that's been the plus side for me. I'm not really that bothered about any sort of figures, subscribers, likes. It's kind of nice getting the comments on the videos, so you can have a conversation with people and that, and I've never had the need to be sort of a centre of attention or anything like that. So I just sort of plod along, do my own thing. I haven't really figured out a direction I want to go in with my vlogs or anything. I'm kind of veering on the side of just doing like touring videos and things, but I really should give myself a kick up the backside and get some more actual vlogs done, and try and actually improve what I wanted to improve in the first place, and that's my communication skills, and go that way. But I'm like Keith. I and all my way through all my videos, and
there's nothing wrong with it an R in.
It's just the way it is. As soon as that camera goes on, I'm like, oh shit, what do I need to say? What did I want to say? And I'll probably say the same thing like 5 or 6 times, and I just go off on one, and should have been a 5 or 6 minute conversation, or little speech or video turns out to be 15 minutes. I have to try and edit it all out and things, and it's just getting used to it for me, and it's just one of those things for me I've got to get over. And like now, I can just rattle off and talk to you guys, no problem. But for some reason, that camera is like, maybe I should just have the rear-facing camera pointing at me, and I can just talk like this, and it might be a bit different, but I don't know.
Well, try just leaving your camera on all the time when you go out riding, and then if something happens to crop up, talk about it. Even if you don't post it up, it will help you with your skills on how to develop talking. Because that's the way I did it. I started off, I just left it on all the time, and for the first few ones of mine, I didn't talk at all. Apart from my very first one, which was me walking to work, because I hadn't got my bike back up and running yet. But try just leaving it on, and then suddenly start talking when you think of something.
I tell you what helps me sometimes. I mean, like last night, I went out with Hepcat Harley and Skeggy Cruiser, and just talking to each other with the helmets on, with the camera running, actually gets a conversation going. And we had a really good laugh last night. I don't know if you saw that video of Hepcat Harley doing a bit of a sing and a jig. But it was just off the cuff, you know what I mean? Those sort of things happen sometimes when you've got the camera running. You've got no inhibitions, and you're having a bit of a laugh and a bit of a lark about with your mates, and suddenly somebody just does something. It's really, really funny. I tell you what, I had a right good laugh last night. I mean, I'm not sure whether I'll do a vlog about it last night, but I tell you what, I had loads of footage. We were just having a right good crack, you know what I mean? And laughing about lots of different things, and it was just so funny. That kind of helps me sometimes. You meet people and just having that conversation, and within your helmet, just gets you sort of going really, and then before you know it, you've got a vlog before you thought about it.
Yeah, I hear you. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh man. So let's Jasper's. Jasper's looks like Mom stepped in.
Just another thing, I don't really know if it makes a difference. Like, if you commute, you're just commuting to work, and you might just have something pop in your head all the time. You've got all that opportunity, you're not really going anywhere, so you're just thinking about getting to work, which is your everyday route.
If I do a vlog going commuting, Gaz, my commute's about 2 miles, so my vlog's very, very, very quick, I can tell you.
I live something like if I'm walking, it's 16 minutes. It's a half a mile away, something like that, and I drive 14 miles to get there, or ride rather. I purposely ride my bike to work just for the enjoyment of riding my bike. I don't need it to get to work or anything like that. It's I live that close, so it's easier for me because I use the same route, which you know. So you go into autopilot, and it's easier to think and talk then when you're doing that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you've got, because you know the route and everything, and you know where you're going, you've got that opportunity to think up a topic.
And where the danger spots are.
And like the likes of myself, I ride just to get out and ride. You know, and you're just thinking, well, am I going to turn left here or right? You know, it's one of those things that, you know, are you thinking about doing a vlog, or are you just going out for a ride? You know?
All right. Well, let's see. We've got our buddy Jasper back. So what do you think, bro?
Well, first off, has the feedback gone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Right on. And holy crap, why am I always last? Because everybody has something that they want to say, and then I'm like, oh, wow, yeah, I want to touch on that. Oh, yeah, wait, I want to touch on... And then I forget everything by the time it comes to me.
That's why I'm glad I'm right down the bottom of the list here, because by the time it gets to there, what I thought of is gone already.
Well, okay, so I'm actually going to take a little bit of a different turn in that I'm not going to talk about confidence, rather that egos are a little bit different than confidence. Because, and I'm about to experience this when I get to Atlanta, well, I'll give you an example. Royal Jordanian, one of the largest motovloggers, hands down. I think he might even be the largest. He responds to every single comment, and that is just fantastic to me. But then you look at somebody like, and I'm subscribed to him and I enjoy his videos, but as a person, I'm not quite sure. Yummy R6. I've never gotten a response from him. I sent him a little gift bag for his Fan Mail Friday, and he didn't even read all of my letter. And, you know, I think that it would be someone like Yummy has a huge ego that negatively impacts his channel. Because personally, now I thumbs up his video to show a little bit of support. I watch like 2 seconds of it, and then I move on to the next one because I got way too many. Why am I going to bother commenting on a guy's, you know, video to show support when he doesn't even have the courtesy to respond to me? He can't use the subscriber count as an excuse because Royal Jordanian, every single time I make a comment, he responds to it. So I have a feeling it's gonna be like high school when I get to the Atlanta meetup, and all the big motovloggers are gonna be over here, and then all us little tiny people are gonna be right over here. It's gonna be like an 8th grade dance or something, you know. So, but for me, I have a crap ton of confidence, and if you wouldn't believe it, but I was actually the shy little kid in the corner that everybody made fun of in high school. And I remember, long story short, I was in the military. I was in basic training, head of laundry, and I was doing it for 60 guys, screaming out their numbers so they can come pick up their clothes, and no one would listen to me. All of a sudden, I snapped, and I said 1,000 different cuss words. Everyone caught my attention, and I got everything done. And ever since then, I've just had a much stronger, more ostentatious personality, and it's gotten me in a lot of trouble. But at the same time, with motovlogging, it's fantastic. And you know, I like with my motovlogs, and I'm always serious in my motovlogs, always.
Right.
But I just have fun. Like, I'm always passionate about what I'm doing. And do I want 300,000 subscribers? Do I want to do it full time? Are you freaking kidding me? Yes, absolutely. I'd love to make $100,000 a year motovlogging. That's a freaking dream come true for me, because riding motorcycles and doing this is my absolutely hands down biggest passion. And it stems from when I started motovlogging back in 2005, which I've actually been told that I seem like a douchebag when I talk about that. So sorry if I seem like a douchebag. But I did it because it filled a void and it kept me from being depressed. And when I'm not depressed, I'm happy. And when I'm happy, I got great content and I enjoy myself. So I guess maybe I do have a little bit of an ego in that I want to be the best. I want to be the biggest. And I want to share my shit with the world. So, yeah, I guess ego for me definitely makes me a better motor vlogger.
All right, very cool.
There you go.
That's very honest. Very honest.
Now the way
Big
the way I look at it, though, I don't necessarily look at ego itself as a negative thing because we need it. Otherwise, we'd never get anything done. You know, we need to balance it with the id so that we have those two things keeping us in check. When we're out there and we're vlogging, I think the ego steps in because we want to get our point across and we want to make a connection. And, we want our content to be good. We want our videos to be good. We want to put our best foot forward. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that, we want to be on the top of the charts. We want to be, number one. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that. It just means that we want to be our best. And I think, for me, that's where the ego comes in. Do I want to? I would love to make a living motovlogging because I'm just like you, riding the bike and just like talking to folks, and all that. That would be great. I love the comments because it's exactly what I wanted from vlogging. I wanted people to say, "Hey, I agree with that point of view," or "Hey, I totally don't agree with that, and I think you're nuts, and here's why." Now, the here's why part is the part that I really look forward to, and that's disagree. So, without that, there really is no reason to do it. Because if you did not have at least some little bit of an ego, you'd be sitting on your couch watching TV all day, or just like, hanging out doing your own thing, and you wouldn't have a channel. There would be no sense in it.
Do you think it's a cultural thing? I mean, when you compare let's say the Brits, we're very reserved. We don't mind coming last. Second is good. Where's your Americans? Where's the Americans? You're out there, you're loud, you're brash, you want to be number one, you want to be the best at everything. Whereas, we're satisfied with coming second best because that's just the way we are. We're almost apologetic for being who we are. So I think some ways it's kind of cultural. When you see the really big vloggers, the kind of, for me, they're kind of American. They're brash, they're out there, they're confident, they want to be number one. Whereas us Brits, we kind of think, yeah, I'm alright coming second, I'm not bothered. You know what I mean? It's kind of cultural, I think, in some respects.
Hey, Keith, you make us feel so proud, mate.
we don't complain, do we? We don't complain either. We're not complaining.
It's sold us to the right river of shit.
No, you know what though? I gotta say something. Have you guys ever seen National Lampoon's European Vacation?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so the Americans, Chevy Chase runs over the British guy on the bicycle, and he apologizes for being in the way. I grew up with that movie, so that's how I always thought British people were.
You're not far wrong.
I was over there for a good long while, and it's not all of you. Trust me, I know. But I gotta say, I would make a horrible American, I guess, because I don't need to be number one. I don't need to be on the top. I don't need to be, big and brash and outrageous. I
was being stereotypical, but you know what I mean. It's kind of that's how, when you're growing up, you always view the Americans as being a lot more confident than us Brits, and we're always satisfied with coming in last. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ, man! I'm gonna turn this off. This is ridiculous.
Not the winning, you know, not the winning. It's the taking part, you know.
I think, Keith, I think it's fair to say that I think you don't want to give people the impression that everyone's because
not everyone's like that. I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they might get a bit unstuck when a British person might say, "Do you know what? You're a bleep, bleep, bleep," and you're a bleep, and I'm going to bleep you in the head.
I'll tell you what, Keith, I'm glad you're not the main spokesman for the Commonwealth fucking athletics team. I tell you.
Hey guys, right, concentrate. Right, it doesn't matter where you place, just as long as you line.
You can walk about 1,500 of us come walking on. We are the wankers, you know.
It's the taking part, not the winning.
Yeah, just go and enjoy yourself. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, lads. We don't win fuck all. We don't want to win nothing. Fucking useless. We're Brits. We're quite happy to come last. We sing like shit, right? And you do come from.
Baby. Oh god, you guys are awesome. Oh man! All right, let me get over here and hit this Q&A before people start yelling at me because I haven't looked at it until now. I'm a horrible host. Sorry. So let's see. Hepcat Harley says, "Very good evening to you, to all you motovloggers." All right.
All right, mate.
Yeah, Sergeant Markin says, "Hello guys, how's it hanging? A little to the left, dude. Just
quite central.
All the way to the left."
With us, because we're Brits, that'd just be small.
It'd be like,
oh, apologies for that as well.
Are you guys talking about my penis again? Every time I say no.
Alright, Sticky Cruiser also says, "Sorry for saying you were too slow last night, Keith."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I won't take it personally.
Yeah, he was upset that he late and wasn't able to get in. Sorry, dude.
Nah.
Oh man. Yep, and then he says, "Ha ha ha, good old Keith. It's the taking part that matters."
That's it.
You didn't win, but you tried.
You know it.
No.
You know it.
Oh man, let's see. And Skanky Cruiser also says, "Hey, Triple X Deadhead, what's a doohickey?"
Well, I can't talk about doohickeys online. YouTube flagged my content for that.
This is a family show.
But let's just say it's what's the triple X in triple X.
The literal definition of doohickey is a thingamabobber with a whatchamajig attached to it. Well, let's see. Yep, he says, "Dang diggity, I left it too late. Great to see a full house, guys." And he was saying that we're getting a delay from Chase, but we've already fixed that one. And Suzenet555 puts up a link for YouTube.
It's probably that Darius one, I reckon.
Yes, Darius sings "Hit Me Baby" one more time.
Yeah, that's for Jasper.
Really badly.
I've got that on to play, so if anybody needs the link, I'll leave that up there for a moment. So now, of course, the guy... Oh, wait, yeah, you're here. I'm looking in the wrong place. Yorkshire Biker actually touched on a topic that I was thinking about a while back, and I didn't know if I was ready to hit that topic, but brought up bad riding habits, and I think since it is your topic, Mr. Yorkshire Biker, I'll let you lead it off then.
I know I've got a couple that I've picked up on myself. Obviously, I might do some that I don't know of, but one of them is I keep clicking my indicator button in to make sure I'm not indicating. I don't know if that's a bad habit or not, but...
Oh, I do that.
No, I do that too. That's a great habit.
I find myself doing it all the time.
Yeah.
I try to stop, but I can't seem to stop myself.
No, there's nothing wrong with that, son.
But a bad habit is when I had the scooter, I tended to ride around a lot one-handed.
What are you doing with the other hand?
You don't want to know.
At least with a scooter, I kept the wind off it. You wouldn't get no blowback, would you?
No.
Nice.
At least that'd land at your feet, wouldn't it, son?
Oh man.
I mean, obviously, I'll not be able to ride one-handed as much with new bike because of clutch, but I'm sure I'll end up picking some other bad habit up.
Think of the one you got, son.
Guess what it is, yeah?
Yeah.
There are tons of bad habits to pick up. I know I've got several, so I'm not going to pretend that I'm not that guy that has the perfect riding style, and I should be teaching everyone how to do it my way. Screw that. But yeah, I mean that's not bad. Riding one-handed. I mean I do that on my bike sometimes, not for long, and the other hand is not doing anything close to what yours was. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit, and since our buddy Jasper was talking about him always being last, we're gonna move over to Jasper.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Bad habits. I never ride with my seatbelt on. There you go. No, bad habits. I'm pretty awesome. I definitely do what Yorkshire biker does. I do that. Every time I shift gears, I hit the little indicator thing. You will never catch me with my blinker on ever. But I'd say a bad habit would be I sometimes forget that my kickstand is down.
Oh.
Ouch.
Deadly.
Yeah.
Does your bike not cut out if it's down?
Oh, it does. It does, and it's quite a bit.
That makes it even funnier.
How come we don't ever see those on the vlogs?
Actually, yeah, you do. It was the M13 one with the fire truck on the symbol.
Okay.
At the very beginning, I did it, and I was like, oh, fucking kickstand.
I've done that far too many times. You'd think I'd learn by now. It's like it's not gonna go anywhere with the kickstand down. Just put it up. Nope. Sitting there waiting to go.
We'll do it, Bobby.
And it always happens when somebody's looking at me. If there's nobody around, it never happens. But if somebody's looking at me and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pull off. I'm gonna look cool. Oh fuck.
It's always in front of a restaurant with a patio or a mall or something crazy like that. It's always every time it happens to me, there's a whole giant platoon of parachuters that come down from the sky and just point and laugh at me.
Couple pretty ladies off to the side. Yep, it's gonna happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've got a good one to tell you, but I'm gonna wait my turn. And yeah, put your kickstand up, dude. Seriously. Yes. Yes, it's Sean. Bad riding habits. What do you think? What do you got?
Not really a habit, but a bad one. Riding into the back of another bike. That's not good fun.
It's not a good habit.
No, I do ride quite a lot with one hand. That's quite a bad one. Nothing really worse than that, to be honest.
Well, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
I'm probably a bit slack on my lifesavers, turning into junctions, but I'm usually way ahead of everything anyway. So I'm usually pretty good at knowing what's going on, around me. I do check my mirrors quite a lot, so you adjust your habits.
All right, so yeah, so that's not too bad. So you should be teaching the rest of us how to ride, man.
Speed's probably another one. That's probably a bad habit.
Yeah, I think we all have that one every once in a while.
Yeah, only occasionally.
Alright. Not so bad, man. Not so bad. So, Mr. B, you don't have any bad riding habits, I'm pretty sure, huh?
Well, I mean, if riding one-handed is a bad habit, then I do that if I'm in traffic or just going with the flow. It's just like, what do you do? It's just like nothing's happening. I'm doing 30 miles an hour on a bike that does 200 miles an hour. What do you do? It's like, oh, what do you do with this hand? Well, not like Yorkshire biker, obviously, but
No.
what do? You're just cruising along. I quite often put my hand on my lap and just ride along. Boring. But my other bad habit, I suppose, is probably going faster than the signposted speed limit. But that doesn't change the fact that I ride to the conditions, and the biggest thing that really annoys me is when you see these campaigns, speed kills. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I'll tell you what kills. Not riding to the conditions kills. So, I mean, I quite often might find myself accidentally going faster than the signposted speed limit for a particular road, but that may be because there's nothing on it. So there we go. So yeah, riding one-handed and sometimes going over the speed limit accidentally is my bad habits.
Yeah, speed doesn't kill it. That sudden stop at the end of this.
Yeah, when you hit that wall, that kills.
I know some physics formulas that might disagree with the whole speed doesn't kill part, but
well,
speed might not kill, but the impact does.
Yeah.
The lamppost or the tree.
I'll tell you something now, right? This is. I'll tell you why. The speed kill thing really pisses me off. My brother, okay, who was the one that got me into biking, okay, he had an accident, and get this, it was on a scooter, because he worked in a bike shop and he had to take his scooter back. He had an accident at 23 miles an hour and broke his collarbone and the whole goddamn shit. He was really messed up. So, I mean,
you can
conditions.
There's the guy that was one of the big guys against the helmet laws here in the States, and he just got on his bike and just twisted the throttle and fell off, so he wasn't even going faster than 4 miles an hour.
Yeah, there we go.
Fell and broke his neck and died. But if your brother-in-law had been going 230 miles an hour, the damage would have been quite more severe,
Yeah,
but,
okay.
But I agree that, like, speed, I don't know, I love going fast, so...
Yeah, we all do, but we do it to the conditions, and I totally agree. I mean, on a public road, you can't do... upwards of 200 miles an hour on a public road because it's just not safe.
This bike can't go 200 miles per hour. Thank God for me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know, but they say, it's just a thing. Because I've just put this one out there right now, okay? So in the UK, we can go up to 70 miles an hour on a motorway, okay? But the speed limit is 70 miles an hour. But if the motorway is sheet ice, it doesn't mean to say you have to drive or ride at 70 miles an hour because that would be dangerous, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But that's the thing that gets me. You ride to the conditions, and that's it. Simple as that.
Well, here in California on our freeways, everybody's going 80 miles an hour as a standard. So if you're not going 70 to 90 miles an hour, you're in a danger zone. If you're going 60 miles an hour, you're dead. Or you're going to kill somebody else.
So again, you're riding to the conditions. Yeah.
It all matters, though. Is what I would argue. But yeah.
All right. So Keith.
Yes.
Do we have enough time to get into all your bad riding habits?
Oh, I've got none.
What about falling off going around roundabouts?
That's not a bad habit. I don't make a habit of it, do I?
Has anyone read the Q&A?
That was not fortunate.
Just gonna get there. Let's see.
I'm just saying bad habits. I tend to do a lot of one-handed riding, which is a bit of a naughty thing to do. I seem to start vlogs sometimes while I'm filtering, which is a bit of a bad habit. I ought to do my vlogs when it's less congested. That seems to be a bit of a bad habit.
And you keep screaming out, "What's going on, people?"
What's going on, people?
I'm wheeling. I'm wheeling.
Yeah. I don't know whether you could call this a bad habit. I mean, Skeggy touched on it when he said when he apologised for saying I wasn't quick enough last night. I'm a bit of a plodder when it comes to riding my bike. I do tend to just enjoy the ride and don't go quick enough sometimes. So I suppose one of my habits is not being a motorcyclist, being satisfied with sitting in the bloody traffic too much. That's a bit of a bad habit, I think. I could make more progress if I was more of a motorbiker rather than be satisfied with just tooting along at an average speed. So that's a bit of a bad habit.
All right.
I have to say, Keith, one of your videos I watched, when you say you're a bit of a plodder, when you're riding along and you go, "Well, there's some nice trees over there."
I do. I'm almost like a car passenger. Just admire, oh, that's a lovely cow in that field, yeah.
Look at that.
Rather than just focusing on what I'm doing and just make a bit more progress. I mean, that was one of the comments I had on my advanced riding test. The guy said, "You're a good rider. You just don't make enough progress sometimes. You need to be a biker rather than be satisfied. You're riding like a car driver sometimes," he said, rather than making progress.
I'd have to agree with that, Keith, because if you saw a lot of your videos, the clouds are actually travelling quicker than you, aren't they?
I do wonder sometimes if we've all got these intercoms. I do wonder sometimes, are we nearly there yet? Coming over the intercom.
That's the bike.
Maybe I'll surprise you this year and pull a wheelie and get done on a speed camera. You never know, eh? I don't think it'll happen ever.
Do you know what? You just give me this incentive to make a viral video where you're riding along going, "Oh, here we are," and "Hi, it's Wyvern Biker," and all of a sudden someone comes across on one of those mobility scooters and overtakes you. You'd be like, "What the?"
And then Keith turn around and say, "Hey, mate, you want to slow down, dude?"
Yeah, slow down. Right, safe.
I actually have it in my next video. I actually have a bicyclist passing a group of 4 of us on motorcycles going downhill, and I was sitting there in the back going, "What's going on here? Like, this is not okay, guys. Like, faster. Like, I don't ride your own ride. Screw that. Ride faster." Like, it was horrible.
I bet you didn't publish that video.
Oh, it's going up. It's going up on Friday.
No way.
Excellent.
That is awesome.
Yeah, you gotta put it all out there.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move over to Suffolk Andy, but first I want to touch on this since you mentioned Skeggy. Skeggy Cruiser in the Q&A says, "My bad habit is speeding. How the hell I've got a clean license still beats me."
It's because his missus washes it regularly.
He's got to put his number plate on.
Yeah. And since we're there, Hepcat Harley says, "On the way to Wyvern Bikers midweek ride out, I was traveling in lane 3 of a motorway and noticed a traffic jam ahead, so I put my hazard lights on for about 10 seconds. When I turned them back off, I accidentally kill switched myself at the same Wow. I don't think I've ever done that. I am afraid now that I've read that, I'm probably going to.
It's going to happen.
now.
Has anyone here ever kill switched themselves? I've not.
Yeah, it's 2 people in a week. There's one of the other people that I watch, Beardy484. He posted it on Facebook. He says, number 1, kill switch, worried that your engine's gone. Number 2, realise you kill switched yourself, put it back on and you're fine. Number 3, realise you forgot to record it so you can't put it on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I've kill switched myself at a red light a couple of times.
Wow. Really?
I've stalled, but I don't think I've ever kill switched myself.
I I had just gotten the Indian, and I was used to riding the old chopper. And the old chopper had the indicators on each side. So it didn't just have the one on one side; it had one on each side, and I was going to make a right turn. So I went to turn the indicator on because I realized, you know what, I don't want to go straight. I want to make a right. I hit the wrong button, turned the bike off just as I was about to pull off, and just felt really, really stupid because this seriously smoking hot girl was standing on the corner looking at me. I was just like, yeah, let me leave.
Exit stage, right.
Yep.
I've left it in gear a few times. Have you ever done that before? When you've, I don't know, say you've been parked on the hill, so you've put it in first so it doesn't roll back, and you've gone back to your bike, forgotten that you stood in first, started it up and it's lurched forward, you're thinking, oh, fuck, it's still in gear.
That's why I always pull the clutch when I start the bike. I have done that. All right, so
Mind you're up there.
Mr. Suffolk Andy.
Bad habits. Well, I just had the tracker put on my bike because dementia is fucking me up. I don't know where I am half the time. But, so at least my missus can bloody find me. No, I've actually got a bad habit that's just started, really. That's called incontinence. And I find it a lot better now I wear these fucking peenie pads, you know. It doesn't seem to run down my leg and give me a fucking wet leg, you know, and it gets cold in the winter. And because the old arthritis set in, and then I'm fucked. No, seriously, I've got a bad habit that has just started because I've just got this second bike. I've got this friggin' Harley, and I've got my ZZR, and they're two different beasts. Now the Harley has got these bloody indicators where you have to go either side, and they self-cancel. So when I ride that a bit, I jump on my ZZR, and I keep forgetting to put my friggin' winkers off on that one. So that's fucking me off now. So I'm like everybody else. I'm pressing the button now every bloody time to make sure I've turned it off. But if I've got a real weakness in my riding, it's my right-hand mirror, of all things. The only two times in 43 years I've nearly become a gutter is because I haven't used that mirror good enough, you know. Underestimated the speed of cars on motorways coming up on, if I'm in the middle and I'm going to overtake a car, I look and I can see a car and I think, oh, he's fucking miles away. And I pull out, and a couple of times I've pulled out and they've been coming in a bit too quick, you know. So that's the only thing I've got, really. But trust me, lads, if I get cold, get yourself some peenie pads, you'll feel a lot better in the winter.
Oh, God. Oh.
Yeah, you invited him on here.
That'll be the next thing that motovloggers start selling, or adult diapers.
Yeah. At least you could stay on the bike longer, couldn't you? You could actually shit yourself and just keep it as a cool pack, you know, or a cool pack. put a can of beans down there, time you got home, they're cooked.
I can't wait for pea pants by Rock.
Yeah.
Peenie pads. You know when you go somewhere and you're really dressed up and you're all fucking looking the dude, didn't you? And you go and you have a piss and you go to the sink and you turn the tap on and fuck, it comes out, doesn't it? All over your trousers, doesn't it? And it looks like you pissed yourself. And you have to go back into a bar with this fucking great wet stain right where you've had a piss, and you pull your shirt down and every fucking thing else. That's so embarrassing. But if you had peenie pads,
that's actually why I don't wear khaki pants anymore, just because of that.
It's all sensible stuff, really, isn't it?
I'm gonna die.
I really think we're solving the world's problems right now with this hangout.
One pinch at a time.
Next thing you know, you're gonna walk into a bike shop or a bike store or something like that, and you're gonna see like Harley Davidson branded colostomy bags and shit.
Yeah. I think they have those already. They're like $120. It's crazy. But it's got all kinds of chrome on it. It's beautiful.
And you can polish it up all day.
Every day.
I bring a whole new meaning to polishing a turd.
Hey, I think we should copyright this right now. We've just come up with some Kevlar PP.
Made by bikers for bikers.
Come on, Bobby, pull it together.
At least I could be the test driver for them, could I? At my age, I'd be fine.
Hey,
I could model them off, couldn't I? You know.
Hey guys,
not only the president, I'm also the client.
for today's vlog, we're going to test out this Harley Davidson Colostomy bag. It's a great vlog. Let me get the camera going real quick.
Oh, it's already full.
When you flop.
Oh, man.
Rock.
Rock.
That's like when you're on your bike and you ride along, you give a good old fart in your old fucking levers, isn't it? That is so toasty, isn't it? Really on a cold day, there's nothing like it. That just works down your legs, up your back. That's just you can't beat it, you know.
And if you follow through, you got your own jail seat.
You certainly have. Yeah. Anyway, let me move on now, Bobby.
Hey, Bobby, let's go to the Q&A to rescue.
I got a
sound effects for this.
Oh my god, I lost it.
Bobby's completely lost it now.
Oh my god. Alright. We're gonna try the Q&A.
3, 2, 1, and we're back.
All right, I missed a couple good quality jokes there. I think gotta catch me up.
No big deal. We're just talking shit.
Bum.
Oh, it's not the crappiest conversation we've ever had. All right, so let's see. Q&A. O2 Big Kev says, "Good morning, chaps."
Morning, Kev.
Morning, Kev.
Morning, Kev.
Morning.
Oh, man. I'm just done. I'm just done. That's my biggest problem. I laugh too easy. But then again, you know,
That's a good thing, though.
it's better than crying and complaining about everything. That's not my deal. Except for idiots. I always complain about idiots. Let's see. Hepcat Harley says, Harley branded t-shirts give me nipple rash. Just thought I'd mention it. So I can imagine a Harley Davidson colostomy bag.
Rash as well.
Oh my god. Oh, and Light It Up 550 also asks, "Hey guys, how's it hanging?" I think it shifted to the right this time.
You don't hang anywhere if you've got your peony pads on.
And of course, Sergeant Markins says, "I don't like going fast. That's the reason I got a GTR 1400 and not a Busa." I think that one was directed at you, Mr. B.
There you go.
Oh yeah. All right. So let's keep going with this. And Weggy, bad riding habits. Got me?
Not so much riding as when I go out to the garden down to my shed, and as I'm getting the bike out, I smack my fucking head on the roof because it's so low. Every single time I do that. When I'm out on the road, I can't think of any bad habits, to be honest with you. Probably like yourself, speeding occasionally, possibly braking a little bit late sometimes, forgetting to take corners.
Forgetting to take corners.
Well, you go over the field.
Straight over
A bit of off-roading.
yeah, straight over the roundabouts. Riding backwards. Riding with no hands singing Britney Spears songs.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, I can't think of any bad habits, but no doubt I've probably got a good few, to be honest with you.
I think we all have.
Yeah, you know, probably, you know, it's got to be speeding in it. You know, when you think you're doing, you're going down at 30 mile an hour and you're looking at your clock and you're doing 65. I think, fuck me, I've got to break this habit somehow.
Yeah.
I very rarely do over 70 miles per hour down a motorway or a dual carriageway.
All right. So that's not so bad.
That's
and
bullshit.
Of course, going back to our other conversation, I gotta do this. As Sergeant Markin says, would bring a new meaning to Dukikati. Love that. Just because I'm immature, I love that.
Yeah.
All right, like, so you know what I mean.
Yeah, not really. No. My wife reckon I drive a car like I ride my bike. Is that right? Too fast and the brake too late, don't I?
Oh, I like this one. I like this one. Vex88 says occasionally hitting the horn instead of the indicator.
Oh, yeah, I've done that a few times.
I've definitely done that.
Oh, Christ, yeah.
And then I've tried hitting the horn and turning my brights on instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely done that. Alrighty, so Dave, who am I, UK1?
I would say my biggest habit is apologizing to idiots. I'd probably say that's probably going to be my biggest one. But for bad habits, I do try to work hard on getting rid of them. Although my car driving, I think it'd be worse than my bike riding because I feel safer in it. So I'll go to London and it'll take me just over an hour.
Yeah.
And that's 120 miles away. Whereas going on the bike and it'll be 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah. I have to agree with you. I think I'm probably more likely, like yourself, to make a mistake in a car purely because of the relaxed atmosphere, the relaxed environment in a car. I think, you know, as a proven motorcyclist, you tend to know the dangers when you're out on the road, so you'll be quite a bit more perceptive about what's around you.
Yeah, I have in the past ridden back from London about 5 o'clock in the morning after waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning to do a half day's work. Then I went down to London to see somebody down there. Then I rode back and I was half asleep. It was raining, and I was deliberately overtaking lorries, so the water off their wheels would splash and hit my window just to wake me up, to give me that burst of wake up and so you could carry on again. Stupid, really. You should really pull over and take 5 minutes nap, you know. But I'll be safe if I get home, you know.
Yeah, I suppose if you had the passenger window open, you could have a shower at the same time, couldn't you?
Never thought about that.
Multitasking.
Oh man. See,
But I must say, apologising to idiots, you know, is got to be my worst one. Somebody will pull out to you in front of you and go, "Yep, sorry, hang on a minute, why am I saying sorry?"
Good, you're English.
Yeah.
You're okay with being second.
Yeah. It's true.
Oh man.
To take the part, not the winning.
All right, so we've got Triple X Deadhead up next.
Well, after hearing all your guys' bad habits, I'm starting to think that my bad habit is turning the bike on. And man, I mean, I ride with my both hands off the wheel, off the handlebars.
If I do that, the front wheel does this.
Yeah,
I don't know what that's about.
I'll ride faster than the speed limit just about everywhere I go. In fact, I can't even remember the last time I went the speed limit, well, except for the last time I saw a cop. No, I just I ride pretty aggressive, and I don't know if it's because of California, the Bay Area is aggressive to begin with, or if it's just because that throttle's so fun to just roll on. But that's probably my biggest thing, and I've gotten some slack with my YouTube channel for, you know, going through yellow lights near bordering red lights, and, you know, for speeding and not being a proper role model in that sense. But man, it's fun to have bad habits.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess it falls to me then. My biggest bad habit is when I'm doing longer rides, I'll get to a red light and forget to downshift. because I'm just enjoying it so much. And then, it's time to pull off, and my wife's like, no, 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 no. I've done that more than a few times. I did an entire mile on, you guys in the UK probably wouldn't know the Long Island Expressway, or the LIE, or the Big Lie, or I call it Let's Idle Eternally, because that never is without traffic except for early Sunday mornings. But I did an entire mile while trying to adjust my camera with both hands on the Long Island Expressway, which, for folks who do know it, know that that's an easy place to die. Yeah, I don't know. I've done the kickstand thing a couple of times. I don't know. That's just more idiocy on my part rather than a bad habit. Wow. I'll forget to put my visor down sometimes until I get hit in the face with something and go, oh shit, yeah, okay, flip.
You're used to having trucks hit you in the face, aren't you?
Well, once was enough. I will never ever forget that. Jeez. I especially the look on the truck driver's face when I'm like, are you gonna call somebody? Are you gonna give me the phone? I'm pinned underneath your truck, but I'm gonna call somebody while you calm down. Oh my god, yeah, that was sick. In more ways than one. I'm sitting there asking everybody, how's my bike? How's my bike? Meanwhile, my toes are on my chin.
At least you can laugh about it now.
Yeah.
Or rather, I should say, at least you're here to laugh about it now.
Very true. Very true. With my bike parts.
That was too deep for today's discussions.
Oh, yeah, man. All right, so we've got about 5 minutes left before I've got to run and pick up my little ones, my tinies, my children, my spawn. So I'm going to hit this Q&A one last time, and let's see. O2 Big Kev says, bad habit, taking a short ride to the shop and not putting gloves and jacket. Yes, I've done that. Sergeant Markins.
I do not do that.
I've gone on. I've put my vest on and not put my jacket on, and riding in the cut feels cool, especially in the summer. But there's some places you can get away with that. Out here in New York, no. They should give.
I'm thinking, why doesn't it fit? And then realise my gloves are still inside.
Sergeant Markin says, I sleep sometimes when I ride.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Depends on what Sergeant Markins would do.
Oh, man. And let's see. Light It Up 550 says, I split where I shouldn't. And, yeah, I've actually, because I put the video up about why, lane splitting isn't legal, and even though it should be over here, and like Triple X Deadhead, you are lucky, because you're in one of the few places that has it now, and there's a couple other states that are finally following your example, and New York needs to wake up. But, yeah, at this point, I've gotten to the point where if I really need to get somewhere, I don't ever try to rush, but I will short splits here and there.
Well, for me, I split no matter what, because it's not about, for me, it's not about getting somewhere, it's about being safe, not getting rear-ended, and getting myself away from the traffic once the light turns green.
Yeah.
I can give you an example of that. After I left Weggy on Saturday, we're coming through my town, Ipswich, and going through the dock area. There's a lot of cars and whatever, and there's a guy in front of me on a bike, on a Harley, I was on mine, and there was this old gal on a scooter behind me, quite a big scooter, and I knew she was there, and the traffic lights turned red up front, so they all stopped, so I stopped, and the next thing I heard was the biggest bang you've ever heard, and this bloody woman was on the phone on the car and upended this poor old gal on a scooter and flew up right across the fucking road and smashed the scooter up. So it just shows you that, if we could, filtered, she wouldn't have got hit like that. And that just shows you, how quick you can get upended. And I thought to myself then, if that old gal hadn't been there on that scooter, that would have been me, because that car would have come into the back of me. So that proves that filtering does work.
Exactly. And I call it filtering too. I don't call it splitting.
Well, splitting, filtering, yeah. I mean, splitting, riding between the cars, riding the line and stuff. Filtering, I think, is more of pulling yourself up towards the front.
So us Brits, we filter all the time, don't we? Because that's law here. We can do it as long as we don't excessively go through too quick. But you know, it's natural to us. But I feel sorry for you boys in America who can't split. These people that are in charge of your roads have got to wake up and open their friggin' eyes, you know.
I don't care. I'll pay the ticket. It doesn't matter to me. In fact, in one of my last videos, I lane split a cop, or a lane filter, and he didn't care because all the traffic was stopped and I was doing it safely.
Yeah. So there's two. Berkeley just did a big study on this, a big statistical research study by the California Highway Patrol, and there's two things that I want to mention. That first off, about approximately 40% of the people in California don't even know that it's legal. The second thing is that about 68% of the people in California strongly disagree with lane splitting. I'm talking drivers mainly. If everything was held constant, if you held those two things, the 40% don't even know it exists and 68% disagree with it, it would still save at least approximately 170 lives if it was allowed nationally. 170 lives, give or take. If we could create awareness and show people that it does reduce congestion, that it will save lives, and we can get people to start agreeing with it and understand that it's legal nationally, we would save probably 700, 800, 1,000 lives, 1,200 lives. I mean, you name it. Ignorance is killing us on it in the United States and California alone. And that's really what it comes down to, is just ignorance. It's just ignorant that it's not even a law federally.
Just a matter of interest. What's the percentage level of states that are pro filtering and are against filtering?
Well, I mean, up until recently, it was just California, but I think two more states are. Well, one state I know has said, okay, you know, like.
Was it Ohio?
I think it was Ohio. Yeah.
Ohio.
And there's another state that I can't remember. That's, you know, I can take a look right now because I made a post on it.
I think those get passed on a state level, and then the courts reject it. I'm not sure. I think that's what happened to Texas. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll agree with Andy.
Videos on YouTube seeing bikes being rear-ended. It's ridiculous. One of the things that I always do when I'm pulling up is my eyes are focused on my mirrors rather than what's in front of me. Just in case it's
but I agree with that. I mean, to be honest, when you're filtering anyway, you've got to be as vigilant in your mirrors as you have going forward, obviously, because if you're moving left and right around traffic, obviously you've got to be careful of, say, cyclists or scooters or any other motorcycle possibly trying to do what you're thinking about doing.
There are situations where I won't filter, but that's because of my neck problem, and I rely on my mirrors. And if I have to turn my head to be able to see, I won't filter.
Well, I won't filter if I can't make an advantage. If I can't make an advantage, I'm not going to filter. But if I can make an advantage, I filter every time. Easy as that.
The other state over here that is working on allowing filtering is Oregon. So we'll see what happens over in New York. But it's like I said, it's getting close to that time that we got to run. So I'm going to hit this thing from Hepcat Harley, who says, "Does anyone put their side stand up before getting on the bike like the police do? I'm always afraid I'll over the bike."
No, never.
No. Always get on it first, then put it up.
Yep.
Yeah,
and also don't let anybody sit on the bike whilst you're filling up with it on the side.
Especially if Skeggy's over there talking to someone. Alright, so it is that time, and ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching on another Tuesday Motovloggers Behaving Badly, and yes, we always are. So I'm pretty sure that we're going to see a bunch of you again on Thursday for the Brained Up Fully Loaded, and I am going to do everything possible to be there because I have a big event on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday out in Jersey, where, you know, if you want to come see me at Chiller Theater out in, you know, Parsippany, New Jersey. Wow, I can't speak English today. Parsippany, New Jersey. Yeah, come on by. I got some great jewelry to sell you. I got some stories to tell you. It's going to be fun. But with that, we're going to go down the line and have everyone say goodbye to the folks who are watching, starting off with the fantabulous Triple X Deadhead. You want to say goodbye to the folks at home?
See you later, folks at home. Have a good day. Ride safe out there.
Awesome. And who am I, UK1? You want to say goodbye to the folks, Dave?
Hi, everybody. Thanks for inviting me, Bobby, to your hangout today. I'm sure we're going to have a great one, filled with lots of subjects.
It never gets old. I love it. I love it. All right, Weggy.
Absolutely, it's been fantastic again. I do apologise, but I've had some trouble here in the hangout tonight, to be honest with you. As my PC went down, that's just a piece of shit. But anyway.
Suffolk Andy.
Well, good night, all my YouTube friends, and as you know, I always give you a little bit of advice. Well, tonight, it's revenge. If you're really pissed off with somebody in your family, make sure you get to the bathroom first in the morning. Make sure you get to their toothbrush, wipe it around the bowl of the toilet, put it back in the toothbrush holder, and fuck your ever smile on your face when they clean their teeth. See you later.
Oh dear.
Oh my God.
Goddamn dog breath.
They'll be picking the pubic hairs out of the fucking teeth.
All right. Wyvern Biker.
I don't think I can really follow that, other than to say good night, everybody, and thanks for joining us.
Mr. B.
He's doing it for the deaf and dumb people who are sign language.
I think he left his kickstand down on that one.
I've noticed Mr. B's doing well on his sticker board.
Yep. All right, Gazatron.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and thanks for having me along, and I'll see you next week, probably.
There we go. Chase Jester down.
You guys keep doing what you're doing. I'm out.
Oh, baby, baby.
One more time.
All right, and in the Q&A, of course, Keki Cruiser says, night, guys, great as usual. O2 Big Kev says, bye, chaps.
Okay.
Says, night, pop pickers. And Light It Up 550 says, peace, guys, which leaves it to me to say thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next week. Remember to ride safe, stay classy. Good night.
Yo!
Yo!